Hi, I'm Andre.
I'm Andrea.
And we are doing Doctor Who. We just finished watching the Keys of Marinus, story number 5.
Yes.
And we went from a really complex, interesting, and deep story last time to one that's, yeah,
hilarious.
Pretty funny. Yes. So this is the second story written by Terry Nation. He's the guy who created the Daleks, or wrote the Daleks initially. And this was, I think it's because they did such a good job with the Daleks that he thought they could probably just pull off anything. And so he wrote this really complicated, not complicated story, but complicated settings.
Effects-wise.
Right. This would have taxed a modern show. This would have been really hard for something done in 2013 to pull off well, and this was done in 1964.
Yeah.
So overall, I mean, what did you think of this story?
I loved the bad special effects so much that that's like all that I'm thinking about. I actually thought the story was kind of cool because it takes you to so many different places, and you never know like when they're going to find the next key, like where they'll end up and what it's going to be like. So I thought that was cool. But the actual context of the story, there's not really, like they don't. He's like, go find these keys, and then they bring it back to him, and the whole place blows up anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the journey's cool, but the end of it, I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, they spend 4 middle episodes trying to find the keys, and then they get back and they say, we never should have found these keys in the first place.
Basically, yeah.
We're on a planet called Marinus, and we start off with an island surrounded by acid, and yes, and we meet Arbiton, and yes. Your thoughts on Arbiton, who's only in 1 episode?
I hardly even remember Arbiton. He's like, he's the hooded guy, right?
He's the hooded guy.
Yeah, he's like supposed to be nice, but then he's like, forget it, I need you to go get these keys, so screw you guys, go find them. My favorite part of that first episode is that we're still early enough in the series that Arbiton asks them to go do something, and they say no. Yeah,
they're like,
true.
Forget it,
they're
we're
like, we've
leave.
been through a lot, actually, so no thank you.
Right.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, the Doctor of later seasons wouldn't do that. This Doctor certainly would. Forget it. Because we cut to a scene of Ian saying, boy, I wish we could have helped him. Oh well.
Oh well. But no.
Yeah, so they had to put a force field around the TARDIS and keep them from leaving to get them to do it.
Right, yeah.
And then we spend 4 different locations that we go to in this, and each one of them has its own little story within it.
Right.
And each one, of course, was done on that episode's budget, as opposed to stretching the budget out to fill. If you have a 6-episode story, you could take 6 episodes of budget and make a set and make effects with it. In this particular case, you have episode by episode. They have to you're splitting your budget 6 ways. Right. Exactly.
In this one.
Yeah. So we start off with the Velvet Web. Barbara shows up first, and she thinks that it's a beautiful palace.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So thoughts on that one with the brains in jars?
Wow. I thought it was a cool story that they all like were seeing something that wasn't there and whatever. But yeah, then at the end they just smash and kill the brains, and they don't explain like why brains and do they explain why brains in jars are controlling this planet?
No, nor do they explain why the brains in jars were given one of the keys of Marinus either. So that's interesting.
Right, yeah. So it's an interesting twist. It was entertaining enough, but yeah, the brains in jars their eyes kind of freaked me out a little bit. So yeah, no nightmares, but it's a possibility.
So then we move from that to the Screaming Jungle, where there's some hilarious booby traps.
Yes.
And then the jungle chases them.
This was my favorite episode. Okay. One thing, Susan is driving me crazy at this point. Especially, like, once she gets into the jungle, I'm just like, shut up, Susan. Stop screaming, stop crying. Like, everything she says is like, there was leaves. I mean, it's just like, oh my god, spit it out. Like, yeah, she's driving me crazy.
I think there were 5 times in the story where she collapsed on somebody else crying.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. So yeah, she drove me nuts in this episode. but I freaking loved the special effects. Did we skip over the special effect where they threw a little doll down like a hole?
That was in the first episode.
The first episode?
Yeah, there's a long pit that leads to acid, and then the Vord trips into it in order to show that they have this little rag doll that they just chuck down in
That
there.
was awesome. That's like movies like me and my friends used to make in high school. You know what I mean? Like, how can we portray someone falling? Let's get this little doll that's clearly like stiff like this. Just throw it down something. So that was awesome. The jungle one was awesome because she's like freaking out that the vines are like attacking her, but they're just like just skimming. They're clearly being like pulled by a string and just kind of like gently grazing her leg, and she's like, "Oh, horrors!" Like, so yeah, it was. And then the arms.
Yes, that's my favorite.
God, I love the arms.
They're my favorite.
Oh my god.
So it's a stone statue with holes in it and a human being's arms sticking out. And so, yes.
That was great. Oh my god.
It was quite great. So,
yeah.
So we move from that one over to the Snows of Terror, where Altos without pants obviously
Where
is
are your pants, Altos?
Where are your pants?
Where are your pants?
Where are your pants?
No shoes, no shirt, no pants, no story.
It's actually amazing. Yeah.
This was also the rapey one.
Yes.
There was a lot of touching in this episode. Like, creepy dude, I don't remember his name.
His name is Vaser, and he's one of the creepiest
It sounds
characters.
like a creepy name. He was super creepy. Like, he gave me the, like, chills a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't like fun, playful sort of. It was real, genuine. He's going to rape her.
Yes.
That's really hard to watch.
Yeah, I was having like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo flashbacks. I'm like, this dude is like creepy.
Yes.
So yeah, it was kind of hard to watch. I was afraid for Barbara. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
So yeah, that dude was effectively creepy. Like, good job to him.
And so after they do that, we go to Millennius for Sentence of Death, where it's basically a courtroom drama for the entire episode. And what did you think of that?
I actually liked it.
Did you?
Yeah. I did think it was interesting how, like, they were pretty, like, modern clothes and, like, like, they have an alarm system and all of that. Like, is this all supposed to be on one planet?
Yes, this planet makes no sense.
Okay, that's the one that confused me. I'm like, we've gone from, like, so many different... you know, like, types of people, and it almost seemed like it jumped time. I'm like, are they in, like, what year are they in now?
Right.
And so I didn't know if it was all, I thought it was all supposed to be on the same planet, but then when we got to this place, I was like that, his wife chick looked like she was straight out of the 1960s.
Yes.
I mean, her clothes and hair and everything. So that was a little confusing, but I did like that episode. I just thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah.
So,
I thought after...
And the doctor returns, and he's all chipper, so...
Yeah, Hartnell took 2 weeks off in the middle of this story, which was great for him because he comes back and he remembers all his lines and he's right on. Did a fantastic job in the last 2 episodes.
Yes.
I just thought those last 2 episodes were a little slow after like the non-stop hilarity of the 3 before them.
True, I missed the terrible special effects. I was like, oh, I want to see what else goes wrong. The saran wrap on the rocks caves to look like ice. These people are freaking creative, okay?
Yeah,
I
they have
give
no
them
money.
that. They're creative. Like, I mean, I'm enjoying like seeing how they try to pull this stuff off. So.
And then we get to the ending where the Vord decides to pull the hood up over his giant rubber mask. And
which, why does he have a giant rubber mask on?
No reason.
Okay, so this is the problem with this, is that the mask, the rubber suit was so acid from the first story where they were surrounded by acid water.
Right.
So the acid didn't
get in and kill them.
Get in their thing and under them and kill them. Right. So why the frick are they wearing them indoors?
There's no reason.
Those are like people who wear sunglasses inside. You don't look cool. They didn't look cool. And then he's like got this huge hood that he's trying to pull over.
He's pretending to be Arkaton.
Pretending to be someone who has a human-sized head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Ian caught on to that.
Yes, he did.
He was like, his head is abnormally shaped.
I'm not going to give him the right key.
I'm not going to give him the right key. Oh my gosh.
This one is, first of all, was a little bit beyond them to realize this one to the level that it could have been. But the story is still, it's a little simple, and it's just a little fun run around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was like saying at the beginning, is that it doesn't seem like it's really about the story. Like, it doesn't seem like, obviously at the end the keys aren't even like a huge deal. They're just like, oh, we're just gonna blow it up anyway, and we probably shouldn't use these keys to turn on this machine, so wah, wah, wah.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of just a fun little journey for them. Yeah.
All right, well, that was the Keys of Marinus, and next week we're going to be talking about the Aztecs, which, spoiler, is my favorite story from the first season.
Whoa.
Hope you like it.
All right.
So, thanks very much for watching, everyone.
Bye.